hope you're enjoying the conference. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I would like to present to you my topic, which is AromaQi, a modern synergy of ancient practices. So last year at this conference, I presented a paper called Tai Chi and Aromatherapy, Discovering the Synergy. There exists a similarity between these two modalities in terms of their goals of developing external and internal strengths and promoting harmony and balance in the body systems. I was convinced that a synergy between them may augment the benefits for the practitioner in terms of enhancing meditation and stress relief, supporting muscular and circulatory systems, and boosting motivation for physical exercise by triggering the appropriate hormones. In the subsequent months, I became very fascinated with the application of essential oils to support health issues which have its roots in emotional stress. Today, I'm giving an update on developments along this track. A short disclaimer though, I'm not a health practitioner nor a sifu. I graduated in engineering and have 34 years of experience in information science. My strength lies in problem solving through observation, gathering evidence, and finding a decision support system solution. A bit of background about me. Looking through the lens of my own experiences has given me empathy and understanding of the extraordinary challenges faced by ordinary people. 10 to 13 years ago, I was at the lowest point in my life. I had become a single parent with 2 little boys in a country where I could barely speak the language, and I couldn't get a permanent job due to bureaucracy. We moved halfway across the world to Sydney, where I had an offer of employment and family to help raise the boys. Over the next 8 years, I would suffer from pain, all types of pain, in my back, in my hip, shoulder, knee, and in the sciatica. I had been a keen sportswoman in my younger days until a knee injury triggered the onset of arthritis and limited my physical activities. I couldn't even walk or swim much. I also developed chronic hives for which I was prescribed 4 antihistamines daily. And even for someone who had asthma and allergies since childhood, it was pretty bad. So it wasn't hard to imagine how the long hours of work and all these health issues were affecting my life. I looked for a solution through physical activity, which was ground most familiar to me. I tried many group fitness classes, weight training, aqua gym, but only ended up with more pain and less motivation. Joining Dr. Larissa's Tai Chi class 5 years ago helped me get back on track. Thanks to the gentle movements of Tai Chi, its emphasis on core and posture, and the strong group support in that class, and subsequently adding a weekly Qigong class, I saw a huge improvement in my posture and also a much reduced back pain. Mind you, this was achieved over 1 year with only 1 hour weekly and sometimes even less. That was quite an achievement. However, despite the tangible physical improvements, I still felt a persistent lack of motivation and energy. And then on top of that, I developed heel pain, I was still on daily antihistamines, and very, very stressed. So I quit my job thinking that was the cause of my stress, but it wasn't. I was still stressed. Eventually, thankfully, the game changer for me, the missing piece that helped me resolve my autoimmune issues and helped me manage my daily emotional roller coaster, was essential oils. 2 years after discovering them, I feel healthier than I have ever been in my life, with a vision of supporting others in similar situations to find their way back to a fit and fulfilling life. I'd like to discuss with you now the importance of motivation. So procrastination, fear, lack of motivation, no time, no energy, these are the most common factors you hear holding us back from achieving our goals and our dreams. So a person's intrinsic motivation is a desire to accomplish something, to make a difference, rather than to sit and wait for things to happen. All the factors that I mentioned before can be distilled down to either fear or a lack of motivation. My research had led me to essential oils as the key to overcoming fear and apathy in order to take action. There are traditional as well as new application techniques to support emotional motivation. They're simple yet powerful, and they result in greater confidence and inner freedom. So I created a program called AromaQi, which combines aromatherapy, Tai Chi, and Qigong, ancient practices with thousands of years of wisdom. My aim was to empower individuals to regain control of their own health on all three fronts of emotional, physical, and mental health. The program seeks to support those who want to regain control of their fitness but face challenges from daily stresses such as caring for young children, caring for the elderly and sick relatives, for those who are immobile or suffer from pain or stiff joints, or suffer from a general lack of fitness, weak muscles, and especially for those who have been out of action for too long due to injury, illness, or childbirth, or all three, like me. So AromaQi offers short and simple routines in bite-sized chunks. Simple routines that beginners or returners, I say they've performed Tai Chi, they learned Tai Chi a long time ago, can easily perform at home or in the workplace, during or in between household work tasks, or just as part of their daily routine. The primary goals are to increase flexibility and mobility, to maintain balance in all body systems, to boost core strength and stability, and to enhance focus and motivation. Mind you, this needs to be done in the context of a holistic, healthy lifestyle, which includes good nutrition, for example. The secondary agenda of AromaQi is to promote all three modalities among communities that are not familiar with their benefits. So the main differentiator of AromaQi from most other fitness programs is the use of essential oils for motivation. Essential oils are aromatic liquids found within plants. They contain unique constituents, which I'll touch upon later, that provide a host of benefits. There already exists a large body of scientific research on essential oils for medical benefits. Not all of them conclusive, but certainly with great potential. Rapid advancements in USA has been spearheaded by research conducted by Young Living, which is the largest essential oil company in the world. They've even sent plant seeds to space through a collaboration with NASA. In Canada, essential oils are already recognized as natural remedies to common ailments like headaches, coughs, and colds. unlike in Australia and USA. However, there is an uptake by US hospitals for certain uses of essential oils and positive changes in the regulatory controls there. So essential oils, the essential oil molecules are all small and lipid soluble, enabling them to pass through the blood-brain barrier at cellular levels, which allow them to reach every place in your body, the muscles, the organs, the nerves, and they diffuse throughout blood and tissues very quickly. They are aromatic because the molecules are so small and volatile that they readily leap into the air, enter our noses, and be detected as odor and smell. So these odor molecules travel up the nose into the brain beneath your cerebral hemispheres and above the roof of your mouth, where the limbic system is located. And the limbic system is where emotional memory is stored. Smell affects your emotions before it touches your rational faculties. Therefore, essential oils can be used to access long-lost memories of distant traumas, things that may have happened to you years ago that you may have forgotten. By resurrecting such traumatic memories, one can resolve them and heal any physical manifestations that are the result of these repressed memories. Furthermore, daily exposure to essential oils can then help dig into the past and resolve old issues, and also prevent you from accumulating new issues in the present. How does this work? I mean, you must be wondering. So just touching on the constituents of essential oils, a class of organic constituents classified as terpenes make essential oils unique in the world of natural substances. And this is the reason why essential oils can sometimes affect a healing that is nearly instant and permanent. What they simply do is to restore the body back to its natural state of balance and health. This makes them uniquely able to address disease, not only from a physical level, but from a more basic and fundamental level, that of the emotions, which are often the root cause of physical illness. So if you would like to know more about these constituents, please contact me and I will send you my written script. I would like to speak now about emotional resilience. That is the human capacity to take what life throws at us, to be able to roll with the punches and return to our balanced self. Resilient people use processes and behaviors that protect the person from the potential negative effects of these stresses. Less resilient people have a harder time with stress and adversity and have difficulty coping with the crisis. They are more likely to be emotionally imbalanced. And that is a potential precursor to mental health issues caused by the inability to bounce off the negative effects of these stresses. But we constantly face stress. Stress releases cortisol and creates inflammation within the mind or body, and if left to fester, they can manifest in physical or mental unhealth. Our modern society right now is struggling with an epidemic of mental health. And the root cause lying in emotional stress, sometimes from events that you're not even aware of, that are skewing how you view the world. For example, there are published studies that have linked obesity with childhood trauma from sexual or physical abuse. They report on the need for therapeutic intervention for those seeking surgery due to the high prevalence of depression, anxiety, and eating disorders. But what about intervention to stabilize their emotions? Being overweight and therefore unattractive is actually an unconscious protection from further abuse. Recovering the emotional life is key to such people, given the knowledge that decisions are based on emotions. On the other hand, we've seen victims of abuse who refuse to be defined by events that happen to them. These are our heroes and role models who prefer to be defined by their strength. Wouldn't it be fantastic if all children can be given the tools to find this emotional resilience within themselves? And all adults, of course, but I'm saying, wouldn't it be fantastic if this type of education starts from childhood? So there are actually a number of ways that essential oils can be used to facilitate emotional health. Firstly, we can use the oils that are known or that are established to have properties related to motivation. Some examples are peppermint, cypress, rosemary, ginger, spruce, jasmine, eucalyptus, frankincense, and sandalwood. In general, they improve alertness or concentration, balance the chakras if you're into yoga, stimulate the senses and nervous system, soothe emotions during stress, encourage energy and positivity, mental clarity and purpose, visualization, and clear communication. The second way is to use curated blends of essential oils. Through the study of the chemical constituents of each oil and the effects on the limbic system or on the body in general, a range of so-called emotional essential oils have been created by production companies. And this can be used directly. They're usually more powerful than the single oils, but they can be used in the same way as the oils that I've described before. Thirdly, we look at limbic imprinting. Limbic imprinting is actually the emotional area of the brain that I mentioned before, which during our formative period in the womb, during birth and early childhood, may leave a lasting impression on our nervous system. So regardless of the experiences throughout our life, we may subconsciously recreate the conditions and feelings that were imprinted at birth and early childhood. Those experiences, whether good or bad, were normalized within our comfort zone. We just didn't know any better. But through consciousness, we can rewrite these limiting beliefs by associating a positive feeling or memory while inhaling a favorite oil. And from that point onwards, then we would be able to use that oil to recall the positive feeling we have, and and therefore overwriting or reprogramming our negative emotions. The last technique is actually a set of 4 techniques that were developed by a US psychologist called Dr. Ben Perkus. He created the Aroma Freedom Technique and also different versions of those called Aroma Boost, Aroma Reset, and the Memory Resolution Technique. Dr. Perkus has integrated 20 years of clinical experience with 15 years of work with essential oils into this technique that relies on the power of scent to gently shift awareness away from negative thoughts, feelings, and memories to initiate a positive outlook and attitude. He studied many of the most progressive techniques for body, mind, and emotional wellness. And he worked with a range of demographics, traveling around the world, teaching people how to use essential oils and lifestyle strategies to optimize brain function, let go of the past, and enhance happiness and well-being. The most significant improvements he noticed were from this aroma freedom technique, which he had developed in 2016 as a method that people can use on themselves or others in as little as 20 minutes. What he realized is that when we are no longer stuck in negative mindsets, we are free to create the life we desire. By shifting a person's mental state and mood, he's able to help create the ability to take positive action. So it is a well-researched combination of process and oils tailored to support a person's present goals and intents by unblocking undesirable negative beliefs and emotions that are actually delaying us from achieving what we want. And this is designed especially for those who feel stuck in certain aspects and situations and want more freedom in their lives. When facilitated by therapists, counselors, and psychologists who have been certified and have integrated AFT into their practice, it can shift deep-seated memories associated with trauma and belief systems. So the question probably in some people's minds are, can these techniques work without essential oils? Well, they are firmly grounded in the practices of many schools of psychotherapy, and they conform to known neuroscientific principles. On the other hand, can you wash your hands or clothes or dishes without detergent? Of course you can. But what are you missing? You're missing the chemical reaction that cut through the dirt and give you cleaner clothes or dishes. So by the same token, yes, you could perform this technique potentially without essential oils, but they are much more effective and faster. So to conclude, we're talking about strengthening of the mind, body, and spirit. Wellness of mind, body, and spirit is a goal that we all strive for. It's not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. It begins with education and awareness. It's not always easy to stay on track, and therefore equally important are the tools by which we empower the individual and hold them accountable for their own well-being and motivation. Building a foundation of emotional, mental, and physical strength will help families achieve a better life balance, and empowered families will certainly make positive contributions to a more cohesive community and society. Thank you very much for listening.